I'd like to welcome all of you to West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Bam.
This week, the president hosted civil rights and consumer protection advocates, filmed a Let's Move sketch with the First Lady,
What's going on here?
sat down for a heart-to-heart with the White House mentee,
I love Lucky Charms. Man, I love Lucky Charms.
held an immigration town hall in South
Thank
Florida,
you, Jose. That was fun.
and honored Black History Month at the White House. That's February 20th to the 26th, or Where Are My
Come on, where are the
Hawaiians?
Hawaiians?
Kicking off the week with an important anniversary,
Let's
the
have
President
Wiggle
and First Lady had some fun, filming a sketch to promote the 5th anniversary of Let's Move,
This isn't that hard.
with the First Lady launching a campaign encouraging
And then pass
people
on
to
the
give me
challenge to
5.
someone else.
Wait, we're still filming?
Yeah.
So you've got to be on it, my friend.
Then the President sat down for a heart-to-heart with Noah McQueen, a White House mentee who has benefited from the President's My Brother's Keeper
What we
initiative.
want to focus on is making sure that when somebody comes to that moment where they're ready to see another possibility for their life, that there's somebody there to help them along.
That's this program.
Yeah, well, that's what My Brother's Keeper is all about.
The interview was facilitated by the folks from StoryCorps, who've been gathering oral histories from across America.
This is great. This will be fun.
That afternoon, the First Lady welcomed civil rights leaders for a panel in the East Room celebrating the women of the civil rights movement. The President kicked off the work week with the National Governors Association, comprised of Democratic and Republican governors from across the country. Later, the President took an important step to implement the Conflict of Interest Rule, which protects consumers against hefty fees associated with their retirement accounts.
So today I'm calling on the Department of Labor to update the rules and requirements that retirement advisors put the best interests of their clients above their own financial interests. It's a very simple principle. You want to give financial advice, you got to put your client interest first. You can't have a conflict of interest.
Tuesday was a busy day in the Oval Office. The President's first guest was the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim. Then the President and Vice President teamed up with rank-and-file law enforcement officials to discuss how to build trust in communities to strengthen public safety. Then the President met with a bipartisan group of 16 senators and House members to discuss criminal justice reform. Back in the Oval,
Come on, Hawaiians.
the President designated the Hano Uli Uli National Monument, permanently protecting a site where Japanese American citizens were held captive during World War II.
It is wonderful for us to be able to preserve this history and make sure that we teach our children.
Kicking off Wednesday's day of action around immigration, advocacy leaders updated the President on their outreach efforts to educate the immigrant community on the President's executive actions. Then, escaping the bitter cold, the President was off to tropical Miami. He answered questions in a town hall hosted by Telemundo
Jose, how'd I do?
Usted es el mero mero.
and jumped in as the surprise host for Jose Diaz-Balart's 5 Things series.
We've expanded my authorities under executive action as far as we can legally. And so now the question is, how can we get a law passed? Now, that's heartbreaking because it means that not everybody is immediately helped. But the fact of the matter is that until that law is changed, what we have to do is to prioritize under the existing law, and what we then have to do is try to get this legal case resolved.
On Thursday, the President hosted African-American faith and civil rights leaders for a sit-down discussion, then held a live from the White House round-robin of back-to-back interviews from local television anchors from across the country. Then, as Black History Month February came to a close, the President and First Lady hosted a reception to celebrate.
We don't set aside this month each year to isolate or segregate or put under a glass case Black history. We set it aside to illuminate those threads, those living threads African Americans have woven into the tight tapestry of this nation, to make it stronger and more beautiful and more just and more free.
So stay engaged with us online, on social media, and remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. Thanks again for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
Hey guy, don't get carried away.
He can get carried.
I don't know.